What's going on, fellow gamers? ChaosEclipse here. As you can see, we are level 44. We're gonna go ahead and put some more points into our carry capacity here. We're gonna get that up to 300. So as you can see, base looks a little bit different, and in fact, it is in a different location. So if we take a look at the map real quick. I was over in this area on this island here, and I moved up here. It is a little bit closer to a portal there. For those of you that don't know, this game is Citadel Forged with Fire. I am ChaosEclipse, and we are going to be checking out some stuff. So in the last one, I wanted to craft a whole bunch of stuff. I want to give a couple of disclaimers, I guess. Not really a disclaimer, but just kind of want to go over everything real quick. So when you break down stuff from the previous base, it does not give you all of your materials back, so I did have to go and find all the stuff to make all of this stuff again. And then we have the bigger chests this time. I only had 2 of the smaller chests, and it got really annoying, started getting pretty full and everything, but as you can see here, they do hold quite a bit. Keep in mind, if you fill up the slots, if you look down on the bottom right, the weight of this box can max out at 1,000 for the weight. The slots only max out at 50. So if you have 50 different items in there, even though it does not max out to 1,000, if you try putting a new item that doesn't already have a slot, it will not let you put it in there. So just keep that in mind, but these boxes are pretty cool. One of the things that I wanted to show you guys, which I think I talked about this in a previous video, but since we're doing everything from scratch, we're going to go ahead and do it again. So these 2 things here, I did learn them. If we come into our knowledge thing here, you can see I learned the new weapons, which I think you guys seen me do that. Eventually, we will learn the new armor. I did learn all of the new rings that it'll let me. We can learn one more here shortly. I did craft the ring because I went around the base, or not the base, I went around the map, flying around, discovering everything. Not really discovering everything, but getting all of the checkpoints, everything like that. So if you guys take a look here, you can see I do have a current good ring on that gives an extra 204 mana, and it also gives me 4 mana per second. So with the 4 mana per second, if you guys look down at the bottom right where it says my name, ChaosEclipse, under that it shows that my mana is currently at 1679. So if I jump up in the air and I start using my flight, you guys can see it took initially 10 to kick it on, but it's not draining it. That is because the amount of mana that I'm getting from that ring is automatically being matched by the amount that it should be draining. So once we get the next ring, we'll technically still be getting mana back while we're flying around. So this is what I was talking about, how eventually you can get to where you have better stats and everything like that, as far as like things that will actually help you. So building in a new area, I will say you guys need to be careful with your surroundings. Make sure you know what is around you, what can spawn here, everything like that. So technically I should have probably built down here, but I wanted to be up a little bit, which I thought I was going to use this whole area, but it got kind of uneven over here, so I decided to just stay right there. And as you can see, I have a second piece on the back wall here. That is because up here, up over here, there is actually an enemy camp. And these orcs do run down to this area. In fact, one actually runs to this ledge right here and looks this way. When I was building the base, he did that. He didn't attack me or anything, but I don't want to take any chances, and I have not built a roof yet, as always. So I at least put up a secondary wall. That way, if I'm standing in here, he's not going to be attacking me while I'm doing whatever. But yeah, you guys want to make sure that you know what's around you as far as enemies. You guys want to know what resources you have around you. I have some gold here. I think there's gold over on that corner too. We have just regular stone over there. There's trees everywhere right here. And then we also have those things, the rune crystals. There's one up there. There's 2 that spawn up here, one there and one over there. But I did use both of those. None that spawn down here, but there is one big one that spawns somewhere along this area. And then there's 2 small ones right in this area right here. So nothing too important here, but we can also get the frost wood and stuff like that over here. I don't really have any metals other than the gold, but the gold we're not even going to be really using. But I think it's still a better centralized location for the entire map. If I'm building on a PvP server, I'm not going to build in the open like this. But since this is just my server and it's just me, I have no problem doing this right now. So, let's go back inside the base and let's show you guys the knowledge thing again. So that was the ring that I was talking about there. If we come over here, we look at the second one, you guys can see I learned all of the potions here, up to the one level 40, I think it was. These ones will give you 400 health and 400 mana, but I have not crafted any of those yet. You use a cauldron to go ahead and craft those. Finally learned the elixir of amnesia, which I have been talking about that for a while. I think I mentioned it before. It basically lets you reset all of your points. So I'm talking about the points you use to learn these things, which up there in the top left, not top left, but you see where the things I'm highlighting right now, literally right to the left of that, it says points 448. So it basically, it'll refund me all of those points that I have put into things. So I'll basically unlearn all of this stuff in here that I have been learning, and it'll refund me however many points it has. If we come in here into the building, we're going to stay with just wood. We can do stone, white marble, and ornate. Ornate we can't learn just yet, but we can at least get up to white marble. I'm thinking about doing it just because of how many points we have, but for now we're just going to stay with the wood. I don't mind the way that the wood looks. Normally you want to upgrade to stone, white marble, just to get you a stronger foundation and everything like that, because if you're doing PvP, it is going to matter. Like, people are going to be able to break through your wooden walls faster than they can break through the stone or the white marble. And then over here is where we learned a lot of the major stuff. So on this very first column, I did come all the way down to the mana pool. So it gives you the stuff to power them, kind of extra little nodes to power your base further if you have a big base, and then the health and the mana pool, which we'll go over there in a second because we are going to craft them. We have our throne that you guys already know about. We have the storage chest, which is what I was using, the respawn stone, you guys seen that. These next two I have not done yet. So the tame container, I don't plan on using that. I think you just basically build it and you can put your tames in there. I don't know if they still require food while they're in there. I'm not sure how it works because I don't normally tame stuff in this game. But it's definitely possible for you guys, and obviously you can get it at level 20, so I don't think it's hard to make. But these things, these storage cabinets, they hold quite a bit. I already showed you guys that, so definitely learn that. And then if we unlock any of this other stuff, we'll get into it. If you guys know what this other stuff is and you want an explanation of it, like if you know that there is the reformation stone and you're like, okay, well, what does it do, and you don't understand the writing in there or whatever, let me know and I can definitely go over it for you guys. I'll probably have to learn it and do that, but now that we can make the amnesia stuff, I'm not really worried about it anyway. And then under alchemy, we have our cauldron, we have our deconstructor, we have a farming plot, we have a sprinkler which waters a farming plot, and then if you want to, you can start buying transmuters, which will give you different items over time. And then for regular crafting, we have our fire pit for our food, we have our forge, we have our workbench, our tailor bench, our repair bench, and then we have 2 recyclers here. Nope, that's a tame trough, and this is just the one recycler. The recycler works kind of like the deconstructor here. The only difference is the recycler will turn it into flawless rune gems instead of turning it into actual items. It specifically turns it into flawless rune gems, but I don't know how much of that you can get from it. And then all this stuff here in the middle, this is all like, I mean, I guess these columns here, the offense and defense, you can definitely use in a PvP server, but everything else is pretty much for cosmetic stuff. So I don't ever really learn that. Even with the offensive stuff, I don't think I've ever really learned too much offensive. Most of my stuff has been defensive, just because. So, but if we come back out of there, so we can pick up all of these stones that we crafted here, which I don't even know if this is going to be enough. It'll be enough to craft what we're doing now, but we're also going to take a look at our armor and everything too. So we're going to have our healing pool. Our door is right here in the corner. So we're going to have our healing pool pretty close to the door, and we're going to put our mana pool right next to it, if it'll let us. Is it because I'm on it? Oh, it's because I don't have any more flawless rune gems. Let me go pick up some more of those. Pretty sure I got more. I hope I do. There we go. They're in here. Okay. Grab those, come back over here. That's our health pool one there. And then this one is going to be our mana one. We can place it right next to it. So let me show you how these work real quick. So you can see there's two bars with this. It has a 2800 where it says mana pool, and then it says my name, says 2800, and then it says 1000. So if I'm constantly using my my mana here, which is going to be a little bit hard, not too hard, but you're going to see my mana going up on its own anyway because of the ring that I'm wearing. So we're just going to drain quite a bit of it so that I can make sure that I can at least explain to you guys what's happening while it's happening. But you know what? We can, nah, I was going to say we could take out the ring. We can, but I'm not really worried about it. Alright, let's try to get down to, let's say 1,000. We'll go all the way down to 1,000 and I'll show you guys what's going on here. So the ring that we currently have gives us about, I think it's 4 per second. That's why it's taking a little bit long just to get down there. So as you can see there, we're getting 4 per second. If you step on the mana thing here, it goes up even faster, way faster. You guys can see it just skyrocketing there. Now, if you take a look there, how it had the 2800 and the 1000. So now this one is 970. And it's still dropping now because it's draining energy right now. That one hasn't been used, so eventually this one will stop. Is it stopping at 950? It looks like it's stopping at 950. Okay, so that's not too bad. It went down to 950. But every time you use it, it is going to drain that second number there. So now 940, 935. We're full. It'll probably drain a little bit more too, or does it stop at 935? Stopped at 935. Okay, so basically that is the energy that this pool is using for itself. Your throne has the same thing. Your throne only has 300. I think you can make an upgraded throne. Maybe not. Yeah, I don't think you can. So your throne is basically what lets you control all of this area here. So if you didn't have your throne down, this entire place would just say it's an abandoned place. If someone put their throne on it after you build it, they can literally claim your building. So make sure you start with the throne first. But anyway, if they destroy your throne, then they can throw their throne down and they can own all of your stuff, including stuff that is in your chest. So be very careful with that. If you're playing on a PvP server, what I like to do is, even if I have the entire place out of wood because I'm starting just, you know, right away, if I can make any stone at all, I will make a stone thing around this. I protect my throne as much as possible, so do the same. But anyway, you can see here that it does drain the stuff over time. Even if we stand in it and we keep using it, it's not going to really drop our mana because it's refilling it at the same time, but it is dropping the energy inside of the mana pool. So you can see it's at 920, now 915. It will keep doing it. I mean, it'll go all the way down to 0. Now, once it gets all the way down to 0, you will not be able to use this anymore. It basically breaks. I mean, it'll still be here, like it won't physically break, but you won't be able to use it. So the way to prevent that, not necessarily prevent it, but the way to keep this thing charged up is you need one of these. You need a mana generator. So your mana generator only reaches so far out. You can see there in the background the blue on the walls. So that reaches all the way. If I put it right here, that reaches just past my throne. And if we leave it there and we kind of move around this way, you can see it does cover the mana pools too. So some of these things do take the stuff as well. I don't know. It's none of these, I guess. Yeah. So the first bar, the orange bar, that is the health of each one of these items because people can damage them. But anyway, if we go ahead and we place down the mana generator, you can see that we have to fill it. Now right now it's at 2800 and it's 500 to 500. It should automatically start charging this over time. Actually, there it goes. It just gave it back 100. Now if you look at this, this is now drained. Now in order for you to keep this powered so that this stays powered, you can see here it says add ruin, or you can hold square to fill. So if I hit square one time, it throws a rune in there. And the runes that I'm talking about are just the regular runes. These runes here, rune crystals. So if I hold square on it, fill it all the way up, you can see it took not very many. I think we had like 340 something, so it took maybe 12. I don't know. I didn't count, so maybe it was higher than that. I don't know. But basically, it took however many it takes, and then it's going to eventually recharge itself as well. So right now it's at 405 of 500. What'll happen is once it reaches 0, it'll use 1 rune stone out of there. So basically, I have 500 times however many gems are in there. So there's probably like 50 crystals or something like that in there. So every time it reaches 0, it'll automatically use 1 crystal and it'll refill it for 500. And that's how you keep all of your stuff charged. The reason why I'm pointing that out is because if you are in here and you look at these defensive and offensive things, a lot of these, not necessarily the spike trap, I mean that you just put it down and it just works as it, you know, people walk on it. But this here, so like the obelisk of protection, if you were to learn this and you place it down, it basically drains mana each time it absorbs damage. So what that means is it puts a bubble around your base, and if people are trying to attack your base, that bubble will absorb the damage first, and then for you to recharge it, you'll need one of these so that it's recharging that obelisk, which recharges the bubble. Kind of confusing, but I think it's a very good system. It's very unique. I haven't really seen too many systems and games use that, so I like it. But yeah, we don't really need any of this stuff because, I mean, most of the time we're not going to be needing to refill our mana or our health. If anything, I always have my ring on me, which I'm going to be getting mana back with that. But if you just came back from a pretty bad fight or something like that, or if you are on a PvP server, I will say to use all 3 of these. But anyway, let's get into the actual building. We need our feathers. And we have tons on us. I have been flying around. I say tons and we have 3. I have been flying around killing eagles and stuff as well. I've been killing quite a bit of stuff actually. So hopefully we have enough to do everything that we need to do. I'm just grabbing a whole bunch of items here, guys. I don't remember what all we need. I don't think we need obsidian. Probably the gold. Yeah, see we have 20 feathers in here, so we're at a total of 23 feathers. We need the frostwood. I think that's it, at least for now. I'll go ahead and take these 2 because we already have some on. Oh, and we probably need precious stone. Okay, so one of the other things I wanted to point out, I went over this before too. This is an imp eye, demonic eye. You get them from killing imps. If you take a look at it, now keep in mind I don't know exactly how this works, but I want you guys to at least understand what it says. So it says consume before crafting. For 100% magic find for 3 minutes. The eye of the terrible demons found in Ignis. Wizards have been taking their eyes in order to reveal the demon's magical perception of the world. Adds up to 8 bleeding damage to crafted spells. Don't get me wrong, 8 bleeding damage is absolutely ridiculously high. Do not use this for your weapons. Use it for the magic find. So basically we're going to eat this before we start crafting stuff, and hopefully it will give us ones like this where we can get magic find on our stuff. The fact that we already have magic find here, we have 21% there, we have 16% there, and I think that's it because I don't know if any of our weapons, I don't know if weapons can have it. I don't think they can. Yeah, so basically we'll want to eat the demonic eye before crafting everything, all of our tools and our gear. We're basically going to craft all of our new weapons and everything in this video. So first let me check the recording real quick because we have been doing this for a while. Alright, so we're at 20 minutes right now. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to start with our items here are armor. So before I craft anything, I want to make sure that I can craft everything. So we can craft one of two there, and it looks like it's bones, feathers, iron ore, and the precious, or not precious, that's the flawless rune gem. Okay, and then if we come here, we can't craft a bone armor piece. What are we missing? The fur. So we need fur. Let's grab the fur. And the reason why I'm doing this first is because I want to make sure that we have all of this stuff before we eat the demonic eye. Do I really only have 7 fur? There's no way. No way I only have 7 fur. There we go. I was going to say, there's no way. Okay. So, and the only thing I'm worried about though is to make sure that we have enough for everything. So we have, that's going to be 8 of these. What are these called? I just can't remember. 8 flawless rune gems. We have 49. So I'm going to write this down, guys. Bear with me here. Okay. So we have 49 total, which my pen is not writing for some reason. There we go. Alright, so we have 49 total. The headpiece is going to take 8, because that's the only thing I'm worried about. I don't think anything takes feathers, so I'm not worried about not having feathers for this. This one, see, this one's going to take 18 for the chest piece. For the leggings here, that's going to take another 13. And then the feet is going to take another 10. Okay, so that's not bad. That's going to take, that'd be close actually. 8, 9, 10, 11. Carry the 1 plus 8. Wow, that's actually going to be 49 on the dot. I hope I'm that good at math, because if not, this is going to suck. And then let me check something else real quick too. I want to see about making another ring. I don't know if it takes these gems or not though. It does. So we're not going to make any more rings. The ring I have is not bad. But if you take a look at it, it only has one of the possible 2 magic properties. We only got mana on it, so I wanted to see if I can get one with a higher thing of mana on it. So that's why I wanted to try that. If we come over to the cauldron, where is our other flying potion thing? So this is our highest thing of mana that we can learn here, which it's not letting me scroll down. Okay, well there's a health one, which takes Busca leaves. So we have rune crystal, we would need Busca leaves, and we would need buffalo felt leaves. Okay. Which we have some of those, even in our inventory and that thing, but probably not enough to make anything really worthwhile. So I'm not really worried about that. Workbench. We need 2 of these. Ooh. So we are going to need more flawless rune gems. Wow. And I need more frostwood too. Alright. I'll be back, guys. I lied. I don't have to come back. I was thinking that we didn't have enough to make the gems. It's because I was thinking that I used it all to make these ones. No. These ones. The enchanted stone, which was for this stuff. But we're making about 50. We can technically make 110, so we'll have plenty enough. Plenty enough. So that's going to be the 2 stabs there. We also need to make, what is that? Blue gold. So the blue gold ingot, I think, is made with regular gold and iron ingots together. I think that's how you make the blue gold. But we'll have to make it on the forge here. And then the other weapons are also made on the forge. These, the reawakened. So bear with me, guys. We just need to wait for some of these to be made. Alright, yeah, I'll be right back, guys. Alright, guys, so we're running into a slight problem here. So I created another workbench here because I was working on some stuff, trying to get it all together. I also went ahead and I took the liberty of making one of these. This is our Flight of the Architect, which decreases our speed, but it is also... I'm sorry, it increases our speed. No, decreases. Yeah, decreases our speed of flight, but at the same time, it'll basically be giving us mana back while we're flying around. So if you guys want, you can keep the Essence of Wings. I do like the Flight of the Architect, so we're going to go ahead and use this one instead here. And this one, I guess, we'll just kind of hold on to or something. I'll throw it in here. So yeah, that one did 750, and the one that we currently have is only going to do, what is it, 450? Something, I don't know. So let's go ahead and throw that in there. What does it do? 420. So, yeah, so we are flying a bit slower here. Eventually we'll craft the other one too, the last one, which that's one we'll probably ultimately use, but for now we're going to stick with this one. That way you can see that we are getting mana back constantly, so even if I'm using mana, you'll see it's being drained there, but once we stop, even though we're still flying, we'll be getting mana back. So it is going back up. And actually, even flying and using this, we're still even getting mana back. So, yeah. So that's why I like it. Yeah, it is, like I said, slower, but I don't know, I might end up switching back, but we'll see what happens. So, the issue that we're running into, I made, like I said, 2 of these workbenches here because I was trying to craft a few things. So, if you take a look in here, I needed to make some of the blue gold ingots. You can see here that we needed gold ore and we needed iron ore. I had enough. I went ahead and made 20 because it's going to be our next 2 weapons are going to need this. At least 2 of the 4 next weapons are going to need this. They need 10 each. So if we take a look in here, I don't think it's this one. Yeah, it's not this one. So this one is the Reawakened. This one needs 18 blackened iron ingots, which technically comes out to 36 because we're going to be making 2 of those. And we're going to need 10 frozen essence, which I think we have 10. I grabbed frozen essence when we were flying around the map. So yeah, you can see there the frozen essence we did grab more of those as well. Let me see here. So basically what that means is that we can make our 2 staves, but we can't make these ones, the Reawakened. So with the blackened iron ingot, this is what's slowing us down here. So to make the blackened iron ingot, if you look on the forge, you come back up to this first one up here, you can see the blackened iron ingot is there. Like I said, we need 36. So we need 75, or I guess we need basically 1 gold ore, 2 iron ore, and then we need 1 black hellebore. Black hellebore is a plant that you have to grow, and that's where our problem lies at. Hopefully this is still recording because I think I just got kicked off of my internet. I don't know what's going on with my internet. It's been doing it all day, but hopefully this is still recording. But anyway, the thing is though that like these black hellebores, you have to grow them. So currently I'm trying to figure out how to make fertilizer because you need fertilizer. I think it's this actually, yeah. So we'll have to make some of this, which we need fairy dust and mushrooms. We have that. Okay. So I don't know if we have enough mushrooms because I just used the mushrooms for something else too. We're probably gonna have to get more mushrooms. Yeah. Okay. But anyway, so this is a crop plot here. As you can see, I already did put the plants in there. It holds 6 little plants in there. Now, this is the problem. It says that this is going to take 4 hours to grow fully. In order for you to get the seeds for this plant, like I said, you can only get them by planting them. Obviously, if you can't grow them, or if you can't just pick them, then where do you get the seeds from? That's what I had to, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I had to look this up. So these are the seeds here. It's the black hellebore seeds. You actually get these by, it tells you right there, crafted from seeds of the corpse flower in a place in a plant farm to grow the black hellebore. So basically I had to go into my inventory over here. I had to get these, all of the corpse flowers that I had, which I grabbed just about all of them. I think there's more in there. Maybe not. I guess I did almost use all of them. Oh, there they go. They're right there. So I took about half of those, I think. If you take half of those, you come over here, you can see right here the black hellebore seeds. It takes 2 seeds from the corpse flower, so you have to take the corpse flower. This is so confusing, guys. But like I said, it's very unique at the same time. No, I don't agree with it, but it's still pretty fun. So you take the corpse flower, you'll put it in here in the deconstructor, which if you take any normal plant in there and you put it in there, you can see there it does give you a seed. So whatever seed you get from dropping it or from deconstructing it, you need 2 seeds from the black, oh my god, you need 2 seeds from the corpse flower to make 1 black hellebore, and we need 36 of them. Every one that we're going to get is literally only going to give us 1. So right now we only have 6 planted, so we're going to have to grow this a whole bunch of times just to get 36 worth to make those weapons. So that's what's going to slow us down there. But I at least wanted to go over that. And then on top of that, we had to get the mulch, which that's where we used our mushrooms at. We need yellow pine bones and mushroom. We needed 8 mulch just to make 1 crop plot. On top of that, we need to make the sprinkler, which technically, if you just click on the plot here, be careful if you already have the plant in there. If you see there, if I click it, it's going to remove the plant. So when you're doing it, make sure it says interact with plot. You'll hit square. You can come over here to the one on the left, the one that looks like a little water drop. If you hold X on that, that is how you give it water, which I don't know why it's not saying it right now. There it goes. It's there for a second. So bottom, well, in the center of the thing, it says hydrate. The one over here says fertilize, the one there says harvest, and then the top, that shows all the different seeds you have, which we threw 6 in there already, but we do need to fertilize it. So there's 2 ways of fertilizing. I think you can use fertilizer from any tames that you have. The other way is to do what I was trying to do, which is over here. You can use this, which is Hobart's growth solution, and you need mushrooms and fairy dust with it. And nature essence, which we have the nature essence, we have the rune stones, but we need the mushrooms because we have fairy dust too. So we're gonna have to go get more of that. Once we do that, we're gonna have to make, I'm hitting all the wrong buttons, we're gonna have to make one of these bad boys, which we need more enchanted stone. You'll just place it right next to it. You can see it works just like the other thing. It is going to be something that needs to be powered, so once we place it down, we're just going to have to make sure that the mana thing is running it. But we'll be able to place it down right here. It'll automatically fertilize and hydrate this crop here. Now the fertilize only works if you use the Hobart's growth solution, this stuff. If you use that on the sprinkler after the sprinkler is made. So once you put the sprinkler down, it'll be squirting out like water, like it'll look blue or whatever. If you put the Hobart's growth solution in it, it'll look green. That way you can see everything's being fertilized at the same time. So that's where we're currently at. It looks like we're not going to be able to build anything again, guys. I think I ran into this the last time, so I probably should have known better. But in the next video, we will definitely craft everything that we need as far as new weapons, everything like that. And before I even start the video, I will make sure that I have everything so we don't run into this again. But thanks for your time. Thanks for your patience, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, put it down on the comment section. And I will see you guys in the next video.